Hey guys, Angel here. Today I am super excited because we are going to be making pork shumai meatballs with a side of ponzu dipping sauce and some white rice. And they look so delicious, don't they? Now for this video, I've actually partnered with Home Chef, which is a home meal delivery kit service. And I've never tried home meal kit delivery services before, so I am super excited for this video. And if you're not familiar with Home Chef, you basically order whatever entrees that you want from their selection, and they mail you the entire box of ingredients and everything that you need, including recipe cards to make exactly what you need for that entree. So it's definitely like a meal kit in one. They also do all the grocery shopping for you and the pre-measurements of the sauces. So it makes it a little bit easier for people who cook and don't have a lot of time to cook. Now, since this is my first shipment, I got this recipe binder that they sent. And inside you can put your recipe cards. So each entree that you order, they'll give you a recipe card with that, so you can just stick them in the recipe binder for future use. So it's super cute, and I like that it's organized like that. Now, if you're wondering what type of food they have, they've got 14 different menu options each week, including usually two Asian-inspired menu items. And this week, I got both of the Asian-inspired menu items. I got chow mein cod cakes and pork shumai meatballs. Now, I did over the weekend make the chow mein cod cakes, and I have to say they were so delicious. If you guys like salmon cakes or Dungeness crab cakes, these cod cakes were so yummy. I would definitely highly recommend that you try them if you ever do get a chance to try this out. And what's really cool is that they have a ton of different options, including vegetarian and low-calorie meals if you have dietary restrictions. And each meal is only $9.95 per serving, which is great because it helps you save money, and it also helps you save time as well because they do all the grocery shopping for you when they mail this. And if you're wondering, they mail this box like this with insulation on the inside and plenty of ice packs, so your box gets delivered and arrives cold. So now that I have all the food out and the recipe card, why don't we go ahead and get started cooking my dinner for tonight? We're going to be making pork shumai meatballs. First, let's open the bag labeled pork shumai meatballs. All the veggies and the seasonings are in there. Let's see, there's 2 teaspoons of chopped ginger. Yay, this is super handy that they help prepare this. Snap peas, toasted sesame oil and ponzu sauce, which comes pre-measured in these cute little bottles, soy sauce and chili flake packets, white rice, 2 garlic cloves peeled, white rice flour, and some green onion stalks. In another bag, there's the pork that we're going to be using for our meatball base. The only other thing that we'll need, according to this recipe card, is some olive oil, salt and pepper, and cooking spray. You guys should already have those at home. You will also need a baking sheet and some pots and pans. But again, you guys should already have those at home if you're cooking already. Next, we'll start by cooking the rice. Okay, so they've given me directions to cook the rice over the stove, but since I have a rice cooker, I'm gonna cheat today and take a shortcut and use this method instead. Next, we're gonna slice the green onions at an angle, mince the garlic, and wash and remove the strings from the snap peas as needed. Now let's prepare the meatballs by combining the pork in a mixing bowl, then adding in the tamari soy sauce, half the green onions, reserving the other half for later, the rice flour, ginger, and half the sesame oil. Then the recipe calls for a pinch of pepper, but I'm going to add some freshly ground black pepper and some white pepper too. Mix thoroughly, then form the pork mixture into 8 golf ball sized meatballs. Now we're going to cook. Preheat 1 teaspoon of olive oil, add the meatballs to the pan, and cook over medium-high heat until well browned on 2 sides. And I'm going to sear about 2 to 3 minutes per side. After browning, transfer the meatballs to a baking sheet and bake in a preheated oven at 400 degrees for 8 to 10 minutes or until the meatballs are done. And while that's cooking, I'm going to start cooking the vegetables. Add 1 teaspoon of olive oil, the remaining sesame oil and garlic, and stir fry until fragrant for about 1 minute. Then add the snap peas, the remaining green onions, reserving some for garnish, and some red pepper flakes, not too much. I think I'm just gonna use a little bit here, and then a pinch of sea salt. Then I'm gonna saute for another 4 to 5 minutes until done. Lastly, I'm going to plate everything just like the recipe card. The rice with some green onions for garnish, a side of snap peas, 4 meatballs per plate, although I did have bubble tea earlier today, so I'm only hungry enough to eat 3. And finally, serve this with a side of ponzu sauce for dipping. And here's an up close of what the pork shumai meatballs look like inside. These pork shumai meatballs are so delicious. They're really, really tasty. And I am just gonna try some snap peas as well. I never thought to add chili flakes in my vegetables, but this is really good. And what I like about Home Chef and this entree in particular is that they had the rice and then also a side of veggies, because while I can go without rice, even though I love rice, I have to have a side of veggies for every dinner. I just don't feel right eating a meal without veggies. And if you're wondering, this meal took me about 45 minutes with filming, so I had to move the camera around. So it'd probably be about 30 minutes for you if you guys make this at home. So very easy and very simple for a weeknight meal. One of the things that I really like about Home Chef is that it really does save you time, especially on a weeknight when you're cooking, because they give you pre-portioned ingredients. For example, they give you the 2 tablespoons of grated ginger. And there are times when I'm cooking myself, I'm just wishing I had a cooking assistant who could help me grate that ginger or measure out the 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. So thank you, Home Chef, for being today's assistant for me. And if you guys are interested in trying out Home Chef for yourself, I will leave a link in the video description below where you can get $30 off your next purchase. And that means you're gonna be getting some meals for free. It's definitely a great option to try if you've never tried a home delivery kit before. I really enjoyed this, and then also the cod cakes, the chow mein cupcakes were so good. I definitely am gonna order that again. Plus, in the coming weeks, they have a sweet chili tofu bowl, and that looks really good. So I'm gonna consider ordering that as well. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.